1984, Bill and I traveled to India, a 4-week mammoth 100-mile trek over the Himalayas and through the remote Zanskar range in northern India near Tibet. I was 29. I've traveled to many parts of the world and have seen many wonders. India is special. I love the smell of jasmine and incense, the beautiful peacocks, and the spirit of the people. Bill and I enjoyed a beautiful trip with breathtaking scenery. Ladakh, the land of mystic lamas, Jaipur, the Pink City, the history-rich monasteries of Zanskar, Srinagar's houseboats decorated with carved wooden panels, ancient Varanasi, where I got silk, and the distinguished Taj Mahal. And, as a special surprise, in part 2 of the movie, you will watch Bill's video adventure, traveling without me, to the Himalaya Plateau. Trekking, for me, is the worst word in the English language. In 1984, Bill and I planned our trip to India, a 4-week mammoth 100-mile trek over the Himalayas and through the remote Zanskar Range in northern India near Tibet. The proposed trek had sort of a romantic, adventurous appeal to me. There was to be 6 aimless horses, a lot of rain, sleet, and snow on my desert trek, and one of the horses would eventually end up carrying me frozen to the bone. I must have been mad when I planned this adventure. Before we began our trek, Bill and I had to become acclimated to the high altitude. We stayed 7 days in Ladakh, northern India, nicknamed Little Tibet, where the lowest point is 11,000 feet. Both of us were suffering from mountain sickness causing severe headaches, nausea, vomiting, and shortness of breath. The people of Ladakh told us that it was only take a week and then we would be fine. That was an understatement. While we were in Ladakh, we hired shepherd guides, pony men, and horses. We teamed up with 2 Australian doctors and a teacher who were working as volunteers for Tibetan refugee children. At first, I was very eager to begin the trek, and to my chagrin, I discovered that this pass was 17,000 feet high, and worse, our guide had never taken the route before. Being an inexperienced trekker, this was to be my first. I knew this was to be too much for me to handle, but everyone said I could manage it and would go slowly. The roads were very narrow and many switchbacks. I felt like being on a high roller coaster, winding and grinding its way through many mountain passes with truck wheels only inches from the edge of the road. Ladakh means the land of high passes. The mountain ranges of Ladakh range from 16,000 to 23,000 feet high. From November to May, Ladakh is almost completely cut off from the outside world. Even in the summer, getting here involves crossing the highest mountain passes in the world. Ladakh flies into the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the northmost state of India. It is sometimes called Little Tibet, as it has been strongly influenced by Tibetan culture. Buddhist monasteries called gompas are situated on the towering rocky outcrops amid whitewashed tumbas, which are dome-shaped Buddhist shrines. Colorful fluttering prayer flags add to the flavor of the region. Monasteries display murals and statues of numerous Indian gods.
Inside the cave. Tomorrow we saddle and pack our 7 ponies and begin the trek. So from here on, we'll enter a land which is a true desert. It is also a land of a completely different culture, Tibetan Buddhism, Tibetan prayer flags. So the morning has come and we are meeting our riding ponies. Now, these are our pack horses here and 2 of the riding ponies. And here we're getting all the baggage ready and to assemble on the ponies. Well, we're on the trail at last. Well, we reached our first campsite. Well, there's only 24 more days to go. And there's an occasional repair job to be done. Well, we're packing up the baggage. Heading for Singila, 16,300 feet altitude up that pass there. There's snow, ridges all around. Well, there's a glacier and the water. This is the kind of trail that bothers me. Especially if we look down that side. It even bothers me more when I'm holding the camera and not holding the reins. Here are rocks sliding off, going down to the thing down there. Oh man. We're ascending the highest pass we will encounter on our journey. Well, we've reached the high point of our trip. Singila, top of the world. We're literally on top of the world. Well, there's a glacier, and one of the mules has got a close eye on my food bag, just in case I don't look for a minute. And our camp dog is playing down by the river. There's an ice bridge underneath that gravel, part of a frozen glacier. We're following this Singila River.
Hey.
All around are snow-covered peaks. Summer now, and you can see how the glaciers melt. And sometimes you get some really great waterfalls. Well, it's our third day. We've reached the base camp to climb Singulai. We're at 14,000 feet, and tomorrow although Singulai is not the highest mountain pass we'll cross during our journey, it is perhaps the most difficult. The reason is because we're not fully acclimatized to the low oxygen at these altitudes, and also because of the potential for bad weather. Well, we reached the valley of Zanskar. Here's some of the prayer stones. This is the symbol of Buddhism. Here's Buddha. And of course the Almighty Padum. Finally we've arrived in the land of Tibetan Buddhism. We'll be encountering prayer walls like this all along the way. Each stone says Om Mani Padme, which means Buddha, the jewel in the lotus. These were carved by a lama and put here over centuries. Khortan such as this will be seen along the trail, and also, well, we're arriving at Pungtal Gumpa. You see that my Zanskari guide informed me that Gumpa is 2,500 years old. It's one of the oldest in all of Ladakh. The road before us is lined with monasteries, lamas, and prayer walls and stupas. And here's our first little baby llama. He came down to meet me on the trail. And a big Julay to you.
Yeah.
So my little llama is leading me to the monastery. Yeah. And they're preparing the barley for the winter. I guess somebody from California must have been here. Here's the entrance. Inside Punctil Monastery. It's a lot like walking through various tunnels and mazes. If you don't like climbing stairs, don't come here. There are the llamas to greet us. Oh yeah, Chile. Stupas line our path. Fields of barley. We're about halfway through our trip now. We're just beginning to get acclimatized. Well, we're reaching the top of Parfila Pass. "16,000 feet, Parfila Pass." 16,000 feet, Parfila Pass. Top of the world. Here are the prayer flags. And here's our pony man having a smoke. And here's where we're going. Down, down. As we enter Photoscar, everything seems to be turning red. Even the rocks. Got a little wind action here. Even the dog is hunkering down. We're on our way to Punktal Gumpa. I think it's the 9th day. Stopped getting out our lunch.
What's for
Sorry,
dinner?
it's our supper. And here's Shattuck after a night's walking after the horses. He and Sample left at 9 o'clock last night, and they just returned about 9 o'clock this morning with the horses. All night on the road. They're exhausted. And it cost us 500 rupees to pay the farmer who they ate the barley out of his field. And here's the bad guy. Black. The horses aren't allowed to come in by this twirling entry gate. Well, we're off again. We're following this valley, the Zanskar Valley. Our 7th day. We spent the night in this small inn. Inside their house, the kitchen.
Now what's that do? Does it give you more of a view?
Much better. This is all inside the cave.
How's that holy water smell?
It was excellent. It's out the window of our room. Little room edition. This is Lama School.
A lot of books
Yeah.
to learn.
Little Tibetan. Is this Tibetan or Zanskar?
Nice Buddhist, Buddhist.
Another monastery. This is our 10th day. Mooney Gumpa. We just came from that cold, windy valley. And we got our tents up overlooking this small lake. Another monastery. This is our 10th day. Mooney Gumpa. This is Bardong Monastery. It's our 11th day. We're arriving at Karsha Monastery. And here is what I look like. Well, we finally arrived at the top of Karsha Guha. I think it was at least a half a mile. On each side of the entry door. And this is the head llama. Here's little grain offerings. Is that what that is, Sable?
This thing.
Sable?
Show me.
What are these candles for?
What is God? It's outside butter.
Butter? They're made out of butter?
Barley.
Yak butter?
Yeah, butter.
And here are the prayer books, you call them? How old are these prayer books?
Tibet.
Brought over or on somebody's back? These books are 700 years?
Yes.
Did they come from Tibet also?
Yeah,
And this is the 1,000 Buddhas, huh? Are there really 1,000 up there? Is that Buddha?
Buddha.
Buddha.
And Buddha.
And what's that one?
This Jamba. This Songkapa. Taranoi. And Tara.
Well, we finally arrived at the top of Karsagoma. I think it was at least a half a mile straight up. Let me tell you. Well, we're reaching the top of Parfi La Pass. These trails are really narrow. I had to get off several times. And in some places it's just too narrow to even get off. We're still heading down this valley. Steep going. Well, here we are at the top of Parfi La. Finally made it. We finally arrived in Lingshet Valley, a real Shangri-La. The only way in and out of this valley is through the mountain passes on foot. And during the winter, for 4 months, the passes are frozen solid. No one can leave. Here's some young llamas cutting these grass for the horses. No, not horses. They're horses. Here's the Lingshet Gumpa. Well, we finally reached the top and we're going down that valley. And here's where we're going. Down, down, down. At the end of the day. Bye. Bye-bye. Leaving further scar. Lamaniru Monastery, our destination. After 20 days on horseback, we have reached the end of our journey. And now we come to the end of our journey at Lamaniru. Farewell to Sanskar, Ladakh, and the Himalayas, Gumpas, Lamas, and flying ridges. Farewell to the beautiful landscape. Happy trails to you, one and all.